So, hi everyone, welcome to Cracku. Please let me know if I'm audible and visible. We will start the session in another 5 minutes. So, today's session is basically based for MACT examination. So, we will discuss some important questions from Quant section, and we are covering some parts of arithmetic, some parts of algebra, some parts of number system, and some parts of arithmetic algebra and PNC probability, right? So, we will start in next 3 minutes, and MACT exam is just 30 days away. So if you are somebody who is planning to give the MACT exam this year, I will recommend you guys that you should at least give 5 to 7 mocks. This is the bare minimum. This is the bare minimum that you have to completely give the mocks, and not just giving the mocks. Why I am saying to give mocks? Because in exam you will get 200 questions. Solving 200 questions in 2.5 hours, that is 150 minutes, is a very challenging task. So you should know what questions to attempt and what questions not to attempt. Although there is no negative marking in the examination, but it is very important for you to decide which questions to skip or which questions to spend time. Ideally, you should not spend more time on a single question. Otherwise, you will not be able to attempt a lot of questions in the examination. So it is important to not just practice but also to give the mocks. So what Cracku is giving, Cracku have around 10 mocks, and we are giving the 10 mocks at just 499. So I will recommend you to at least go through these 10 mocks. These are very important questions which are very similar to the previous papers. Okay, apart from that, if you don't want to purchase the mocks, we also have a free mock. You can attempt the free mock and understand what is the type of questions that you can see in the examination. It will really help you. Just give the free mock. Okay, so now we will start the session. So I will just pose the first question. If you face any difficulty, if you have any doubts, you can definitely ask me. We will cover a lot of questions today, so it's all about practice. So practice with me. Whenever you face any difficulty, just let me know. I will explain the questions. Okay, so shall we start the session? Okay, ठीक है. So I'm just posting the first question. For each question in quant section, you can think कि you have around 1.5 minutes, that is 60 plus 30, 90 seconds. You should try to solve the questions in 90 seconds. It will really help you. Hey guys, those who are joining late, this is the first question that I have posted, and please try to solve it. After that, we will discuss this. Okay. All right. So time is up. Now we will discuss this question. So the respective ratio of the present ages of a mother and daughter is 7:1. So present age is given of mother and daughter. So I will assume the present age of mother is X and present age of daughter is Y. It is given that X is to Y, that is X is to Y is given as 7:1. Since I know that the ratio is given, so I can assume that the age of present age of mother can be written as 7k. Why I am multiplying with a factor k? Because the ratio is given as 7:1. So it will be multiplied with a common you can say term, and that variable is k. So present age of mother is given and present age of daughter will become k. Now 4 years ago the respective ratio of their ages was 19:1. So what was the age of mother and daughter 4 years back? The age will be 7k minus 4 and k minus 4. Now this ratio 7k minus 4 upon k minus 4, that is ratio of age of mother and daughter 4 years ago, was given as 19:1. So if I cross multiply, I will get 7k minus 4 is equal to 19k minus 76. So if I take 7k to the right hand side, it will become 12k and it will become 72. So k is equal to 6. Now what is the question? The question is what will be the mother's age 4 years from now. So let me first calculate what is the present age of mother. The present age of mother is 7k, that is 7 into 6, that is 42. 42, and we need to find the age of mother after 4 years. So that will be 42 plus 4, which is equal to 46. So correct answer is 46. So well done JBIM score, you have given the correct answer. So for this question the correct answer is 46 years. Option C is the correct answer. Let me post another question. Please take time and solve these questions. These are very important questions. So I want everybody who is attending the live session to solve these questions. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me in the chat. I will try to answer each and every query. Please do like the stream if you are watching the stream, so that it will reach to a lot of people who are also preparing for the CET examination, so that it will help others also. So please do like the stream. For each question, you have to make sure that you don't spend too much time on a single question. If you are not able to understand any question, just skip the question and move to the next question in the examination. Because in exam, it is very important to attempt all the 200 questions. Your target should be that you will attempt at least 160-150 question in 2.5 hours. Then the remaining question you can mark any answer, because there is no negative marking. Okay. All right, so time is up now. So we will discuss the question. Ram and Sita can do a work in 10 days. So Ram and Sita both can do a work in 10 days. It is given that Ram alone can complete the work in 15 days. So Ram plus Sita, if both are working together, they are able to complete the work in 10 days. Whereas if Ram is alone working, he can complete the work in 15 days. So in these type of questions, what we generally do is we assume the total work. We assume the total work by taking the LCM of number of days. So if I take the LCM of 10 and 15, the LCM will be 30. 30 is the number which is divisible by both 10 and 15. So I will assume total work. I will assume total work will be 30 units. That has to be done. 30 units is the work that has to be done. Now, if both of them started to work and Ram leaves after 4 days. So both of them are working for how many days? If they are working for, if both are working for 4 days. So first, let me calculate how much work is done by Ram alone in 1 day. So Ram is able to complete the work in 15 days and total work that has to be done is 30 units. So work done by Ram in 1 day is 2 units. Whereas the work done by Ram and Sita in 1 day will be 3 units. Why? Because Ram and Sita takes 10 days to complete the work. So in 1 day they are able to complete 3 units of work. That is 10 into 3 is 30 units. So Ram and Sita both are working 3 units per day. Now for the first 4 days, Ram and Sita both are working. Ram and Sita both are working for the first 4 days. So in 4 days, how much work is done? 4 into 3, because each day 3 units of work can be done by Ram and Sita. So 12 units of work is already done. Now what is the remaining work? The remaining work is 30 minus 12, that is 18 units. Now how many more days Sita can complete the entire work? Since Ram is doing 2 units of work per day and Ram and Sita are doing 3 units of work per day. So the work done by Sita in 1 day is 1 unit. So to complete 18 units, how much time it will take to Sita? It will take 18 days to complete the 18 units of work. So correct answer of this question is option D, 18. Okay, yes, 18 is the correct answer. Well done. So let's move to the next question. Guys, a lot of people are watching the stream. I request everybody to like the stream and share with your friends who is also preparing for CET examination. This session we are covering very important questions from Quant section. Quant section consists of 50 questions and we are covering the 50 question. So all the questions are very important. So please do like the stream and share it with your friends. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me. I will answer each and every doubt. Okay. Prashad has given the correct answer or the incorrect answer. Let's see. JBIMS. Sri Hari Jes. Okay. Everybody is giving 32 as the answer. Let's see what is the correct answer. In MAHCET, the most important thing is the speed, because the questions will be very easy. So those questions you should try to solve under 1 minute. I am giving you 90 seconds, but you should try to solve the question in 1 minute. Most of the questions you can easily solve in 1 minute. Okay, so time is up now. So let's discuss this question, guys. The HCF and LCM of two numbers are 8 and 352. So HCF is given as 8 and LCM of two numbers is given as 352. I can assume the two numbers are x and y. So x and y ka HCF is 8 and x and y ka LCM is 352. Now if one of the numbers is 88, it is given that one of the numbers is 88. Find the other number. We need to find the other number. Now there is one property of HCF and LCM, that HCF into LCM is equal to product of two numbers. Product of two numbers. Here the HCF is given as 8, LCM is given as 352. So the product should be equal to product of the two numbers. This is the property. You should remember this property. So it should be equal to 88, that is the first number. Let us assume the second number is n. So if you divide it, if you divide 8 11 is 80, 88. So when you divide 352 with 11, you will get 32 as the answer. So correct answer is 32. Okay, 32 is the correct answer, option D. Yes, well done guys. So let's move to the next question. Okay, we have an announcement for you guys. So what we are doing is we have one 30 days crash course for MAHCET examination. So those who are preparing for MAHCET examination, they know that the exam is just 30 days away. So we have created one 30 days of crash course in which you will be completing the entire syllabus in 30 days with the structured plan. We will tell you what exactly you have to do on day 1, day 2, day 3, along with videos, concept tests, and a lot more questions for practice. And you will also get 10 videos, 10 mocks with video solution. So day by schedule you will get 230 plus practice tests are there. So 230 into 5. Every test is consisting of 5 questions. So plus 10 all India mocks. So these things are provided by Cracku in this crash course. And if you use this coupon MAHCET2500, you will get flat 2500 off, and you can join the crash course today itself. Okay, it will really help you in scoring a high percentile, a high score in MAHCET examination. I think the price after applying the discount is 2499. Okay, just check this out. This offer is for limited period. Okay, moving further. Okay, so if you are somebody who just wants to give the mocks and has covered the syllabus or has already prepared for the other examination, for them you can just purchase the 10 MAHCET mocks which are coming with detailed solution, analysis and percentile. So at just 499 you will get 10 all India MAHCET mocks. You can analyze, you can see where you stand on the national level. Okay, all right. Sir, are you going to take all the 50 questions in this lecture? Yes, I will explain, I will cover all the 50 questions. This session will be around 3 to 3.5 hours. It can go up to 4 hours also. Let's see how many questions we are able to cover. So we have already covered 3 questions and this is the 4th question. Okay. Prasad has given the answer. "15 seconds left, guys." Okay, so time is over now. We will discuss this question. So two trains A and B are going in the same direction. So suppose this is train A and this is suppose train B. Both are going in the same direction with a speed of 20 km per hour and 15 km per hour. So 20 km for A and 15 km per hour for B. If the starting point of B is 200 kilometers ahead from the starting point of A, so it is given that if A is here, this is A, so B is 200 kilometers away from it, 200 kilometers away from it. So both are moving in the same direction, but the initial distance between train A and train B is given as 200 kilometers. So how long will it take A to meet with the train B. We will apply the relative velocity concept here, relative speed concept here. What it is, that when A is moving at a speed of 12 km per hour and B is moving at a speed of 15 km per hour. So first thing is, what is the distance between them? The distance between them is 200 kilometers. So relative distance between A and B is 200 kilometers. Now what is the relative speed, or you can say what is the relative speed of A and B? Suppose A is moving in this direction with a speed of 20 km per hour and B is moving in this direction with a speed of 15 km per hour. So what is the net difference of the distance between them after 1 hour? So after 1 hour, if you look in relative velocity, what we generally do is we take the difference of the speeds when they are moving in the same direction. So the net speed of A, will become 20 minus 15 is equal to 5 km per hour. That means in 1 hour, relative distance between A and B will be reduced by 5 km. So initially it was 200 km. Now it is 195 km after 1 hour. So how much time it will take for A to meet with the train B? So how much time it will take? It will take total distance, relative distance is 200. Total distance upon speed. What is the relative speed? The relative speed is 5 km per hour. So it will take 40 hours for train A to meet with the train B. So correct answer is 40. Yes, 40 is the correct answer, guys. I hope this is clear to you. So let's move to the next question. These are very important questions for practice and revision purpose. So please do attend the session completely for 3 hours. I want everybody to participate in the practice and give your answer. Once you reach the answer, please share your answer in the chat with yes. So JBIM and Prasad and non-stop part have given the answer is 180. So let's see what is the correct answer. All right. So the question says, if 18,000 is invested in both simple interest and compound interest. So 18,000 is the amount which is invested in simple interest as well as compound interest. What is the difference between an interest after 2 years? Note that the interest in both the cases is equal to 10%. So time duration is 2 years for simple interest and 2 years for compound interest. Okay. Now, what is the rate of interest? The rate of interest is 10%. The rate of interest is 10%. 10% for both. Now, we need to find what is the difference in interest after 2 years. So, after 2 years, what will be the interest in case of simple interest? Simple interest formula is P into R into T upon 100. Okay. So principal is 18,000, rate of interest is 10 into time duration is 2 upon 100. This is the simple interest after 2 years. What about compound interest? For compound interest, the formula is P into 1 plus R upon 100 power 2 minus P, because P into 1 plus R upon 100 power T is basically the total amount after T years. the total amount after t years, but I am concerned about the compound interest. So I will take the difference with the principal amount. So this value will be P is 18,000 and 1 plus 10 upon 100 whole square minus 18,000. Okay, if I take 18,000 common, so it is 1.1 whole square minus 1, which is 18,000 into 0.21. Okay, because 1.1 is 1.21 and 1.21 minus 1 is 0.21. And if I solve this, two zeros will get cancelled. So it is 1800 into 2, that is 3600 is the simple interest. And for compound interest, that if this value will be, if I calculate this value, this is 18,000 into 0.21, which is 3780. Yes, and the difference between these two, compound interest and simple interest, is 3780 minus 3600, which is 3780 minus 3600, which is equal to 180. So this is the standard method to solve this question. Now, if you know the concept, what is the compound interest? Simple interest and compound interest for first year is same. If you remember this thing, then you will understand how we can quickly calculate what will be the difference between the simple interest and compound interest for 2 years. For second year, simple interest and compound interest is same. So these two values for first year and second year will be same. But what changes in the compound interest? So for compound interest, you will get for the first year principal plus rate of interest. For the second year, you are calculating the interest on principal plus the interest that is earned on the first year, right? So this principal again will give some interest for the next year. So that will be same as simple interest. So I need to just calculate what is the interest on interest for the second year. So interest for the first year will be 1800 because the rate of interest is 10%. So 1800 is the total interest for the first year. For the second year, same interest will be there for simple interest, but for compound interest, 1800 plus 10% of 1800, which is 180. So 180 is the difference between simple and compound interest. Okay, I hope this is clear to you guys. I'm just posting the another question. If you have any doubt, you can let me know. Yes, there is a formula, PR square upon 100 into 100 is the formula. You can directly apply that formula. Simple interest 20% and compound interest 20%, 21% by successive method. I guess it will give easy method. Yes. If you apply the successive method also, it is very helpful. 10 plus 10 plus 10 into 10 upon 100, which is 21. That is also a good way. There are multiple ways to approach it, but I explained you with the standard method that is applied when you want to take the difference between simple and compound interest. Okay. Any questions? All right, so let's solve this question. In how many ways can the letters of the word whistling can be arranged? So the word is whistling. So WHIZZLING. So is there any letter which is repeating again? So I is repeating 2 times, Z is repeating 2 times. All the letters are repeating only 1 time. So the formula of arranging the letters if all the letters are different, it is n factorial. If n letters are there in a word, to the number of ways in which it can be arranged is n factorial. For example, if I ask you what is the number of ways in which I can arrange the letters of the word cat, so that answer will be 3 factorial. That is 6 ways. Why? Because it is equal to the number of letters present in the word. Here the number of letters are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 letters. So the answer should be 9 factorial. But here Z and I are repeating, like Z and I are repeating 2 times. So I is present 2 times, Z is present 2 times. So it will not be equal to 9 factorial. So in case any letter is repeating multiple number of times, so what we generally do is we divide it with the factorial. So I is repeating 2 times, so I will divide it with 2 factorial. Z is repeating 2 times, therefore I will divide with 2 factorial. So the answer will be 9 factorial upon 2 factorial into 2 factorial. This will be the correct answer. Now what is the value of 9 factorial? 9 factorial is 9 into 8 into 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 2 into 2 is 4. So I can just cancel this. So this is 2 3 is 6, 6 5 is 30. 30 into 6 is 180. 180 multiplied by 9 8 is 72. 72 into 7. 72 into 7. So these numbers has to be multiplied and this will give me the correct answer. So what is the value of this? 180 into 180 into 72 into 7. So correct answer is 90,720. So option E is the correct answer. I hope this is clear to you guys. What to do when letters repeat and okay. So इसमें बहुत confusion होता है कि count करना है कब नहीं करना. Okay, I will tell you one thing. See, we need to find the number of ways in which the letters can be arranged. When arrangement is asked, what you have to do? You have to just do the n factorial and divide by the number of times any letter is repeating. For example, if instead the letter is, let's say, morning, morning, okay, here n is repeating 2 times. All the other letters are coming only one time. So number of ways in which I can arrange the letters such that the word can be formed. So how many letters are there? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 letters are there. So 7 factorial. If every letter is repeating only, if every letter is coming only one time, but since n is repeating 2 times, so I will divide with 2 factorial. If instead in a letter, if in a word n is coming 2 times, so what I will do? 8 factorial upon 3 factorial. If this was the word, then it will be 8 factorial upon 3 factorial because n is coming 3 times. I hope now it is clear. Okay? All right. Let's move to the next question. Oh, sir, explain this question. Okay, got it. Okay, ठीक है. So time is up. Let's solve this question. A boat takes 4 hours to travel from P to Q upstream. So P to Q, this is upstream. So this is upstream and this is downstream. Okay, it takes 4 hours to boat to reach to Q. If the distance between P and Q is 20 km, if this distance is given as 20 km and the speed of boat in still water is 3 times the speed of stream. So speed of boat is given as 3x and the speed of stream is can be assumed as x, because it is given that the speed of the boat is 3 times the speed of the stream. So if I assume the speed of the stream is x, therefore the speed of the boat will become 3x. Now think of when the boat is moving from downstream to upstream. What is the effect? When boat is moving from here, it is moving with a speed of 3x. But the water is coming from upstream to downstream with a speed of x. So the net speed of the boat will be 3x minus x, because boat is moving upstream and the river is moving down. So the net speed will be 3x minus x. So the net speed will be 2x. So the total time taken is 4 hours. So total distance that has to be traveled is 20 km. Between P and Q the distance is 20 km. So distance upon speed. What is the net speed of the boat? The net speed of the boat is 3x minus x. And how much time it is taking for the boat to reach from P to Q? That is given as 4 hours. So 20 upon 2x is equal to 4. Therefore, the value of x is equal to 2.5. So speed of boat will be equal to 3 into 2.5, which is 7.5. And speed of stream will be equal to 2.5 km per hour. Now once I figured the values of speed of boat and speed of stream. Now what is asked? How much time will the boat take to travel from Q to P? So when I am moving downstream, the distance remains same. The distance is 20 km only. So total distance is 20 only. But what is the effect on the speed? Downstream speed will be equal to speed of boat plus speed of river. Both are moving in the same direction. So it will be 7.5 plus 2.5, that is 10 km per hour. The net speed of the boat will be 10 km per hour in the case of downstream. So total time taken will be 20 upon 10, which is 2 hours. So option B is the correct answer. Yes, option B is the correct answer. Okay, so let's move to the next question. Guys, I want you to stay with me for the next 2 to 3 hours. We are practicing a good number of questions and all are very, very important. So please practice with me. It will really help you. How many of you have started giving the mocks? If you have started giving the mocks, write yes. If you have not started giving the mocks, write no. All right. So time is up. Let's discuss this question. The compound interest on a certain sum of money for a period of 3 years at 10% per annum is 331. So let us assume the principal amount is P. The time duration is 3 years. The rate of interest is 10% per annum. Okay. Now we need to find the principal amount. We know what is the total interest. Total interest is 331. Total interest is 331 for the 3 years. So what is the formula for the amount in compound interest? Amount is equal to P into 1 plus R upon 100 power T. Now what is the formula for getting the compound interest? I will do subtraction. If I want to know the interest, that is compound interest, the formula is P into 1 plus R upon 100 power T minus P. So here the principal is P, so I will just keep P. 1 plus, what is rate of interest? Rate of interest is 10. 10 upon 100 power 3, because T is the number of years. Here the number of years is 3 minus P. This value is given as 331. So if I see, this is P into 1.1 whole cube minus P, which is given as 331. Now what is the value of 1.1 whole cube? 1.1 whole cube is 1.331 into P minus P is equal to 331. So if you subtract this, what you are getting? You will get P into 0.331 is equal to 331. So this will get cancelled with 1000, because 0.331 when multiplied with 1000 it will give me 331. So the value of principal is 1000. So correct answer of this question is option C. Yes, option C is the correct answer. Yes. Okay. So non-stop art has said that he has not started giving the mocks. I will recommend you, please start giving the mocks. Mocks are very, very important. If you want to score a good percentile in any exam, mocks are very, very important. Please solve this question, guys. If you want me to share the strategy for the exam, I am open for that. You can ask me. If you have any other questions, that is also fine. Please let me know in the chat. I am stuck at 115, sir. I think first understand how many questions you are able to attempt. If you are able to attempt all the 200 questions, if you are able to attempt only 100 questions, 120 questions, which are your serious attempt, okay? Not just guessing, I am just asking about the serious attempt. So the question is, the average of a class of 19 students is 21 years. So in a class, suppose this is a class, there are 19 students, okay, and it is given the average of 19 students is 21 years. So if I ask you, what is the average of the class? The average of class is 21 years. How do I get the average? if I add all the students age and divide with 19, because there are 19 students in the class, I will get 21. So if I ask you what is the sum of all the students age in the class, that sum of all the 19 students age will be equal to 19 into 21. Okay. Now, if the age of the professor is also included, the average age of the 20 people becomes 23. Initially there were 19 people, now there are 20 people. So now there are 20 people and their average is given as 23. So what is the sum of 19 people plus the professor's age? So sum of all 20 people, all 20 will be, sum of age of all 20 people will be 20 into 23, which is equal to 460. Now 460 is the age of all the 19 students plus the age of the professor. I know what is the age of the 19 students. What is the age of the 19 student? What is the sum of the age of 19 students? That is 19 into 21. So if I subtract 460 with 19 into 21, I will get the age of the student, age of the professor. Because here professor is not counted, here professor is counted. So the difference between 460 and 19 into 21, 19 into 21 is 399. So the difference between these two will give me the age of the professor. The age of the professor will be 460 minus 399, that is 61 years. So correct answer is option D. Yes, option D is the correct answer. All right. Let's move to the next question. Somebody was asking me about the score. I am stuck at 115. I asked you one question: how many questions are you able to attempt, which are serious attempt? Like you are able to attempt 120, 130, 140 and the remaining are just your guess, or you are able to attempt all the 120 questions. Once you tell me, then I can guide you. Guys, those who are watching the stream, I request you to please like the stream. We will be having this stream for the next 2 hours, 3 hours. So please like the stream so that it will reach to more students and students will get benefit from this. Okay. And okay, 140. See, first understand, out of 140 questions, how many of you are making the correct? Okay. What is your accuracy? I don't mark flux. Okay. You are attempting 140 question. I will say start attempting all the question. Okay. After attempting 140, for keep 5 minutes or 10 minutes and mark all the questions, because there is no negative marking in the examination. So out of 60 questions you mark, even with a probability that 1/4 of the questions are correct, your score will increase by 15 marks. Okay. All right, let's solve this question. Two brothers invest money to start a pizza business. Okay. The elder brother invests 20,000. The younger brother invests 15,000. The younger brother withdraws his investment 4 months before the end of the year. If the elder brother gets 2,000 as a profit, what will be the younger brother get? So basically in this type of questions, the logic is the amount invested multiplied with the time duration for which the amount was invested. Time duration. This will determine the amount or profit that a person will be getting. So if I want to compare for two people, A and B, how much amount of profit they will get, first I need to multiply the principal or the investment made by that person A into the duration for which the person has invested the amount. Similarly, I will calculate for B and I will take the ratio. The ratio will give me the split of the profit, that this is the split of the profit, and the ratio should be the amount invested into the time duration for which the amount was invested. So in case of elder brother, the amount invested was 20,000, and for younger brother the amount invested was 15,000. Now it is given that the younger brother withdraws the investment 4 months before the end of the year. So out of 12 months, he just invested for 8 months. So for younger brother, the investment was for 8 months. But for elder brother, the investment was for 12 months. So this is the ratio in which they should get the amount of profit. Now, it is given that the elder brother gets 2000 as profit. Elder brother is getting 2000 as profit. Now, what is 12 into 20,000? 12 into 20,000 is, if I just take the ratio, if I just cancel 3 zeros, this is 240 is to 15 into 8, that is 120. So the profit ratio should be 240 is to 120 or 2 is to 1. The profit sharing should be that the elder brother should get profit of 2, then the younger brother should get a profit of 1. Right now elder brother is getting a profit of 2000, therefore the younger brother should get a profit of 1000 because it is half the elder brother. So he will get a profit of 1000 rupees. Who? Younger brother. I hope this is clear. Let's move to the next question. If you have any doubt in this question, please let me know. I'm getting some reactions. If you are not able to understand, please let me know. I will try to explain you once again. Sri Hari Rajeshwar, 1000. People are saying A is the correct answer. Let's see what is the correct answer. Suresh invests 20,000. Yes, 20,000 in ABC Bank, which pays a simple interest of 12% per annum. Okay, so in ABC Bank and in XYZ Bank, the principal here is 20,000. The rate of interest is 12%, and this is simple interest. And for XYZ Bank is principal is 30,000 and the rate of interest is 8%, that is simple interest. What is the difference in interest earned per year from both the investments? So what is the interest in case of simple interest? In case where the interest is simple, that is P into R into T upon 100. This is the formula to calculate the simple interest. Here the time duration is 1 year. So P into R upon 100. So principal is 20,000 and rate of interest is 12%. So 20,000 into 12, 20,000 into 12 upon 100, which is the simple interest for 1 year. So this will be equal to 2400. Now coming to XYZ Bank. What is the principal here? 30,000. What is the rate of interest? 8%. So 30,000 into 8 upon 100. This will also give me 2400. So what is the difference in interest? The difference in interest earned from Bank ABC and Bank XYZ will be 0. Why? Because both the interests are same. So correct answer is option A. Yes, A is the correct answer. Let's move to the next question. Okay, before moving, one more time, I just want to let you guys know that for 1 month crash course that is created by Saili ma'am, the course is just available at 2499. If you have not enrolled for the course, I will recommend you to go and check out the course, because here we are giving you day-wise schedule covering the entire syllabus for MAHCET. Second thing is you will get 230 plus practice tests. 230 plus practice tests plus 10 all India mocks will be given, which will also be very helpful for you in your preparation journey. So please do check out. This offer is for limited period, 2499. And if you are just looking after mocks, then mocks are just available at 499. Okay, you can just enroll, just search Cracku MAHCET mock test. You will get the mocks at just 499. 10 mocks will be there with detailed solution and analysis. Okay, moving forward. Guys, I want you to ask me questions whenever you face any difficulty, whenever you have any doubt, because this session will really help you if you ask your doubt and get your doubts resolved. Okay, I am here to resolve your doubts. Four nine double zero. People are saying 4900. Let's see, Prashad, whether you are correct or incorrect. Akshay is also given the D as answer. So let's solve this question. Time is up now. If 25% of 3/7 of 26% of a number is 136.5. First, let us assume the number is n. Now, 25% of 25% of 3/7 of 3/7 of 26% of a number n is given as 136.5. Whenever we are getting these kind of values where I am calculating 25% of a particular number, so I am just calculating what I can write here. Instead of I can write multiply sign, because 25% of 100 is 25. How do I get it? 25 divided by 100 of 100 means 25 into 100 upon 100. Similarly, it will be 25 into 3/7 into 26 by 100 into n. It is given as 136.5. Right? Now, 25 and 4, and this is again 2 and 13. So this is n is equal to 136.5 into 7 to the 14, and this is 13 3 is 39. And there will be 100 also. Why? Because 25% is 25 upon 100. So this 100 will also get multiplied here. So this is the value that we have to calculate. So 136.5 into 14. 136.5 into 14. 136.5 into 14 is 136.5 into 14 is 1911. divided by 39 is 49. So 4900. So 4900 is the correct answer. So option D is the correct answer. Yes, it should be 25 by 100. I have not written that, but it should be 25 by 100. Okay. I hope this is clear to you guys. Let's move to the next question. Sir, should I practice geometry question? Yes, you should practice few geometry question also. If you have time, you should definitely cover geometry. Sixteen people are watching the live stream. I want at least 20 likes. Some people, please do like the stream, guys. It will help us, it will motivate us, because we are putting a lot of efforts to ensure that you are getting a good number of questions with quality questions and explanation. So we want to reach to maximum number of students. If you like the stream, it will help us to reach more students. Okay. Akshay is given, Prasad is given the answer. Alright, time is up now. So we will discuss this question. This is a question on linear equation. 5 lappy and 7 mobi cost 1550. So let us assume the cost of 1 lappy is x and cost of 1 mobi is y. So 5 lappy, that is 5x, plus 7 mobi, that is 7y, is costing 1550. Also 3 lappy plus 5 mobi is costing 1050. So money required to buy 1 lappy and 1 mobi. So 5x plus 7y is equal to 1550 and 3x plus 5y is equal to 1050. Now eliminate one of the variable. If I eliminate one of the variable, I can easily solve for x and y. So what I will do, I will try to eliminate x. For that, I will multiply the first equation with 3 and second equation with 5. So if I multiply first equation with 3, I will get 15x plus 21y is equal to, this is 3035 is the 15, 16, 4650, and this will become 15x plus 25y is equal to 5250. Okay. Now can I subtract both the equation? Yes, I can subtract both the equation. So when I subtract both the equation, 15x and 15x will get cancelled. 21y minus 25y is minus 4y equal to, if I subtract this, 5250 minus 4650, this is 006, so minus 600. Therefore the value of y is equal to 150. If the value of y is 150, if I substitute here, 150 into 5 is 750. 1050 minus 750 is 300. So 3x is equal to 300. So the value of x is 100. Now, what is the cost to buy 1 lappy and 1 mobi? That is 150 plus 100, which is 250. So option C is the correct answer. Don't eliminate, just subtract. You will get 2 each, then divide by 2. Yes, that is also a correct way to do it. If I subtract it, I will get 2x plus 2y, and the value I will get is 500. When I divide with x plus y divided by 2, so I will get x plus y is equal to 250. Yes, that is a good approach. Prasad, you have given the best approach. Can directly subtract and make it. Yes, definitely. Alright, moving to the next question. There are many ways to look into a question and solve it. There are multiple ways. So the best method is given by Prasad and Akshay. Yes, this is the best method. All right, let's solve this question. In a nut factory, 70% of the nuts produced are blue in color, 20% of the blue nuts are defective, the remaining 30% are of green color, 20% of the total nuts produced are defective. What percentage of green nuts are defective? All the values are given in terms of percentage, so I can assume any number. So I will say, so nuts produced in a factory is equal to 100. If there are 100 nuts produced, 70% are blue. Therefore, the blue color nuts will be equal to 70. Now 20% of the blue color nuts are defective. 20% of the blue color nuts. So 20% of 70 are defective. So this defective number will be 20% of 70, or you can say 14 nuts are defective which are of blue color. Now the remaining 30% are of green color. 70% are of blue color, so 70 are of blue color, so the remaining 30 are of green color. It is given that if 20% of total nuts are defective, 20% of total are defective. I know 14 nuts of blue color are defective. 40% of 14 nuts out of 100 nuts are defective. I know total nuts that are defective is 20%. 20% means 20 nuts are defective overall, out of which 14 are of blue color. So how many nuts are defective for green color? The nuts that are defective for green color will be 6. These are defective. Now what I need to find? What is the percentage of green nuts that are defective? Percentage of green nuts that are defective. So the defective nuts are 6 and total nuts are 30. So 6 by 30 into 100. So this value is equal to 20%. So correct answer is option C. Right? Okay. So many people have given the correct answer is 20. So let's move to the next question. These are easy questions, these are moderate question, or these are difficult question. Please let me know in the chat. Are you finding this question easy or moderate? I think difficult to nahi hai, but easy or moderate. Just type easy or moderate. This is a very good chance for you guys if you are giving the MAHCET examination. Okay, please put your 100% so that you get good percentage and are able to convert the best colleges. So let's solve this question. A seller bought an article at 80% of its cost price. He marks up the price by 10% over cost price and then offers 30% discount on the product. Find this overall gain or loss percentage in the transaction. So all the values are given in the terms of percentage. So it is always better to assume the price. It is always better to assume any number. Generally I go with 100. So I will say the cost price is 100. That is, the seller bought article at 80% of his cost price. So actual cost price for the seller will be 80%. That is, actual cost price for the seller will be 80% of 100, that is 80. Cost price was 100, but seller bought at 80% of its cost price. That is, he purchased at 80 rupees. Now he marks up the price by 10% over cost price. So he marked up the price. He marked up by 10% on cost price. So the marked price will be 10% above 100 rupees. So 10% above 100 will be 110. So marked price is 110. And then he offers a discount of 30% on the product. Now if the marked price is 110 and he is giving a discount of 30% and he is giving a discount of 30%, so what is the selling price? What is the selling price for this particular article? So selling price will be 110 into 0.7, because the selling price is 30% discount on the marked price. So 30% discount means it is sold at a 0.7 times 110. So this price is 77. Now find his overall gain and loss in percentage in this transaction. So he purchased at 80 rupees and he sold at 77 rupees. So clearly there is a loss of 3 rupees. There is a loss of rupees 3 in this transaction. So what is the percentage loss? So percentage loss will be calculated as loss upon cost price into 100. What is the loss? 3. What is the cost price? 80 into 100. Okay. So this value will be equal to 30 by 8, or you can calculate this as 3.75%. So correct answer is option E. Yes, E is the correct answer. Let's move to the next question. I hope this question was understood by everybody, whoever is watching the live session. Yes, 3.75% was the correct answer. Hi Shyam, welcome to Cracku. Please solve these questions. We are solving around 50 questions in today's stream. So I want you to please be in the session and attempt all the questions. So let's solve this question. People are saying A is the correct answer. Let's see whether it is A or not. So a fisherman travels 30 km upstream in 3 hours and 30 km downstream in 1 hour. What is the speed of the boat in still water and the speed of the stream? So let us assume the speed of the boat in still water is B and speed of the stream is S. The total distance, fisherman is traveling 30 kilometers upstream and 30 kilometers downstream. So total distance is 30 kilometers. Now when he is traveling upstream, the time taken is 3 hours. The time taken is 3 hours. So what will be the net speed when the fisherman is going from downstream to upstream? That will be B minus S. That is upstream speed. What will be the downstream speed? Because in the downstream, boat and stream are moving in the same direction. So it will be B plus C, B plus S. So total distance traveled is 30 km. So the time taken in upstream is given as 3 hours. So 30 upon B minus S is equal to 3 hours and 30 upon B plus S. Why I am doing 30 upon B minus S and 30 upon B plus S? 30 is the total distance upon total speed will give you the total time. Similarly, the time here is B plus S is equal to 1. So B plus S is given as 30 and B minus S will be equal to 10. So the value of, if you solve this, you will get the value of B as 20 and S as 10 km per hour. So option A is the correct answer. There is one more way that you can easily go with the options and you can calculate how much time it will take, right? So option A is the correct answer here. Yes, that is also a correct approach. Shyam, your approach is correct. Okay. All right. JBM I asking रोज होगा lecture. Basically, if you purchase the course, so in the course all the videos are pre-recorded. Okay, recorded by Sally ma'am, which is very relevant for the MAHCET examination. Now, if you are talking about the YouTube live session, we are thinking of doing on weekends, but let's see whether we can do it on weekdays or not. But definitely we will try to do more session. As the exam is coming near, we will try to do more session. Okay. Okay, let's move to the next question. Shyam is giving the answer. JBIM is giving the answer. Sri Hari is also giving the answer. Let's see what is the correct answer. We'll solve this question. So a certain amount of money was supposed to be distributed amongst Ajay, Alay and Vijay in a ratio 1:2:3, but was mistakenly distributed in the ratio 3:2:1. As a result, Ajay received rupees 150 more than he should have received. What is the total amount of money that was supposed to be distributed? So let us consider the first scenario where Ajay, Alay and Vijay were supposed to get money in the ratio 1:2:3. This was the original scenario. What is the final scenario? Well, the final scenario is that the money was distributed between Ajay, Alay and Vijay in a ratio of 3:2:1. So what is happening here? Ajay received 150 more rupees than he should have received. So right now Ajay has received 3 times 3:2:1. So 3 2 5 plus 1 6. 3 plus 2 plus 5 plus 1 6. So the amount distributed is same only, but the order is different. The amount that Ajay should get is received by Vijay. The amount Alay should get is already received by Alay, and the amount Vijay should get is received by Ajay. So if the amount that Ajay should receive initially was X and the amount that Vijay should got initially was 3x, and the amount that Ajay should got initially was 2x. Now Ajay is getting 3x, Ajay is getting 2x, and Vijay is getting x. So the difference between 3x and x, that is 2x, is equal to 150. The difference is given as 150 because Ajay is receiving 150 more rupees. Initially he was supposed to get x, now he is getting 3x. So he is getting 2x extra, and that 2x is equal to 150. So the value of x is 75. Now, what is the total amount of money that was supposed to be distributed? So total amount of money that was supposed to be distributed is 3 plus 2 plus 1, that is 6x. This is the total amount of money that has to be distributed. The value of x is 75, so 6 into 75 is equal to 450. So 450 is the correct answer. Yes, 450 is the correct answer. Let's move to the next question. People are saying 32 is the correct answer, E is the correct answer. Let's see what is the correct answer. Okay, let's discuss this question. The ratio of marks of Mohit and Lohit is 4:7, and that of Lohit and Mahesh is 2:3. If Mahesh secured 84 marks, then the marks secured by Mohit is. So in this kind of question, it is always better to write Mohit is to Lohit is given as 4:7. Now coming to Lohit and Mahesh. So again Lohit and Mahesh, they are getting in a ratio of 2:3. Okay, if Mahesh secured 84 marks, suppose this is 84. So what is the marks obtained by Lohit? The marks obtained by Lohit will be 2:3. So if it is 84, okay, so it should be 56. It should be 56. Why? Because the ratio is 2:3 between Lohit and Mahesh. So 56 is to 84 is basically 2:3. So marks obtained by Lohit will be 56. If this is 4x and this is 7x, so 7x is 56. So therefore the value of x is 8. Therefore the marks of Mohit will be 4 into x, which is 4 into 8, which is 32. Yes, 32 is the correct answer. Let's move to the next question. I have shared the link for the MAHCET course. Please go and check this course out. Right now, the course is just available at 2499. So this offer is for limited period of time. So please people are saying C is the correct answer. Let's see what is the correct answer. Hari got 36% in maths. So Hari got 36% in maths. This is subject. Let's say this is maths, and the paper was out of 150. So how much marks Hari got? 36% of 150. 40% in science out of 100 marks. So 40% in science out of 100 marks. So what? How much marks did he got? 40% of 100 is 40. In science, Hari got 40 marks. In maths, Hari got 36% of 150. Okay, we will calculate 36% of 150, which is basically 36 into 36, 18. 36 plus 18 is 44, 54. This is 54. 80% in geography out of 200 marks. So 80% in geography out of 200 marks, which is 160. Find out the percent of marks he got in all three subjects together. So first, what is the total marks in all three subjects? 150 plus 100 plus 200, which is equal to 300, 450. So 450 is the total marks of the paper. 450 is the total marks. Just a second, yes. 450 is the total marks. Maximum number of marks is 450. Okay. Now, total marks obtained is 54 plus 40 plus 160. This is 200 plus 254. He received 254 marks. So, out of all, what is the percentage of marks he got in all three subjects? That is 254 is the obtained marks out of 450 into 100. So 0 will get cancelled. This is 9 5 the 45. This is 2 5 the 10. So this is 2 4 the 8, 2 5 the 10, 508 divided by 9. So 9 5 the 45, 5 8. 9 6 the and 0.4. Yes, 56.4 is the correct answer. Option C is the correct answer. Okay. All right. Let's move to the next question. Yes, Shyam, the total marks will be, maximum marks will be 450. People are saying 25 is the answer. Let's see what is the correct answer. The price per kg of sugar is decreased by 20%. By what percentage should the consumption be increased such that expenditure remains the same? So let us assume the rate, the price of the sugar is, let's say it is mm, 20 rupees, 20 rupees per kg, and initially we were purchasing 5 kg of sugar. So total expenditure was 20 into 5, which is 100 rupees. I assume that cost price of sugar is 20 rupees, and initially I was purchasing 5 kg of sugar, so total expenditure is equal to rupees 100. Now the price of sugar is decreased by 20%. So the new price of sugar will be 0.8 into 20, that is rupees 16 per kg, because it is decreased by 20%. Now the total expenditure is again 100 rupees. Total expenditure is still 100 rupees. Okay. So by how much amount, by what percentage should the consumption be increased? So definitely if price is decreased, expenditure remains constant, then the consumption will definitely increase. So now 16 into some value n should be equal to 100. So the value of n is 100 upon 16, which is equal to 6.25. So 6.25 kg of the sugar can be consumed now. Initially it was 5 kg. So what is the percentage increase of the sugar consumption? That is 1.25 divided by 5. That is increase in the sugar consumption. 6.25 kg minus 5 kg. That is 1.25 kg divided by what was the original consumption, 5 kg, into 100. So this value is 25%. So correct answer is option D. I hope this is clear. Yes, D is the correct answer. Okay. Let's move to the next question. All right, let's solve this question. A train which is 125-meter long. So a train is there which is 125-meter long, is traveling at a speed of 50 km per hour. So a train which is 125-meter long is traveling at a speed of 50 km per hour. How much time it will take the train to overtake a platform of 500-meter long? So a platform is there. This is the platform. So how much time it will take for the train to cross the 500-meter long platform? So suppose this is the train and this is the platform. So this is 500 meters and this is 125 meters. So if the train reaches here, then only we can say that train has crossed the platform. Now the total distance traveled by this point will be 500 plus 125, because this point is reaching here, so it is covering this 500 plus this 125. So total distance that has to be traveled by train is 625 meter. and the speed is 50 km per hour, that is 50 into 5 by 18, which will give me the speed in kilometer per hour, meter per second. I converted the speed from kilometer per hour to meter per second. If you want to convert, you have to multiply with 5 by 18. So total distance is 625 meter that the train has to cover, and the total speed is 50 into 5 by 18, right? So total time will be distance upon speed, that is 625 divided by 50 into 5 upon 18. So 18 will come here. So 5 divided by 625 is 125. Then this is 10 divided by 5, which is 25 into 125. Now again 2 5s are 10, and this is 5 5s are 25, and 2 9s are 18. So 9 into 5 is 45. So 45 seconds it will take for the train to overtake the platform which is 500 meters long. So correct answer is option D. I hope this is clear now. 500 meters platform long, 125 meter this train. So 625 is the total distance that has to be covered. Total distance we know. Total speed is 50 into 5 by 18. If I divide distance by speed, I will get time in seconds, which is 45 seconds. So let's move to the next question. Please do like the stream, guys. There are just 17 likes. I want at least 50 likes. If you have any doubt related to any question, please let me know. I will make sure that your doubts are clear. Please utilize this session to 100%. So let's solve this question. People are saying 12 is the correct answer. Let's see whether 12 is the correct answer or not. 12 men takes 9 days to make 60 ports. How many days will 27 men takes to make 180 ports? Okay. So in this kind of questions, what we generally do is we write number of people, efficiency of person, efficiency of one person, number of days, and total work. So number of people were 12. If number of people are 12 men, suppose the efficiency of one man is, let's say, E, and number of days for which they are working is 9 days, and they are able to make 60 ports. So 12 into E will be the total efficiency of 12 men in one day, and they are working for 9 days. So they are able to make 12 into E into 9. So 12 into E into 9 is the total work done. So that total work is amounting to 60 ports. Similarly, if 27 men are there and the efficiency is also same E, and they need to make 180 ports, so number of days required will be, how many days it will be required? we need to find this out. So let us assume the number of days is x. Instead of x, let us assume the number of days is this is 9. 12 into e into 9 is 60. Let us assume the number of days is n. So 27 into e into n is equal to 180. So what is the value of n if I divide both the equation? So this is 12 into e into 9 is equal to 60. So e and e will get cancelled. 9 3 the 27, 3 4 the 12, and 60 3 the 180. So n is equal to 4 into 3, which is 12. So 12 is the correct answer. So number of days will be 12. Srija is asking, sir, will there be any verbal marathon? We will think about it, definitely. Since you are asking about it, we will definitely look into it. Whether it is possible or not, we will try to do it if it is possible. Okay. All right, let's move to the next question. Please make sure that you practice a lot of questions, and if you are enrolled with Cracku, you will get 230 plus topic tests, which are a very good source of practice. And I will tell you honestly, practice is the only key if you want to score very well in MAHCET examination. Because if you practice a lot of questions, your speed will increase and you will be able to perform better. Sir, is the expected level of question in MAHCET, is this or it goes up? I think this is the standard level for the MAHCET examination, because you have to attempt 200 questions in 150 minutes. Right now it is taking around 1 minute to solve one question. So mostly 90% of the questions will be of the same difficulty. Some questions might be tricky or lengthy, that you have to skip. Okay. Okay, let's solve this question. The cost of 11 pencil and 7 eraser is 116. Let us assume the cost of one pencil is P, the cost of one eraser is E. I'm sorry guys, I'm not feeling well. The cost of 11 pencil and 7 eraser is 116. Let us assume the cost of one pencil is P and the cost of one eraser is E. So 11P plus 7E is equal to 116. Similarly, the cost of 4 pencils and 9 eraser. So 4 pencil plus 9 eraser is given as 68. Find the cost of 1 pencil and 2 eraser. We need to find the cost of 1 pencil and 2 eraser. That is 1P plus 2E. Now, we have to eliminate one of the variable. Either we can eliminate P or we can eliminate E. So what will work? I think we should eliminate E. So we should eliminate E. That means I have to multiply the first equation with 9, the second equation with 7. If I multiply first equation with 9, I will get 99P plus 63E equal to 9 6 54, 4 1. 144. Yes. Then if I multiply the second equation with 7, I will get 28p plus 63e, 7 at the 56, 47. Yes. When I subtract both, so 99 minus 28, 98 is 1, this is 71p, this will get cancelled, and this is equal to, this is 8, and then 3, 7, this is 6, then again 9, 4, that is 5. So p will be equal to 8. The value of p will be equal to 8. Once I know what is the value of p, I substitute here 8 5s are 40. So p is 8. Okay, p is 8. So if I substitute in the second equation, what I am getting, 32 plus 9e is equal to 68. So 9e is equal to 68 minus 32, which is 6 and 3. So e is equal to 4. So what is the value of p plus 2e? P plus 2e is equal to 16. So correct answer is option C. Yes, C is the correct answer. Alright, let's solve next question. Prasad is saying D is the correct answer. See guys, if you are able to solve these questions in under 1 minute, it will really help you. That means your speed is really good. So please try to increase your speed, work on your speed. Accuracy is also there, but speed is very important. Okay, let's solve this question. A is the father of B and C. So A is the father of B and C. C is 5 years younger than B. So if the age of B is small b, the age of C is B minus 5, because C is 5 years younger than B. The ratio of age of A and B is 11:5. So if the age of A is A and the age of B is B, so A is to B is given as 11:5, and the ratio of age of B and C is given as 5:4. So the ratio of B and C is given as 5:4. I know the value of C is B minus 5 because C is 5 years younger than B. So B is to B minus 5 is equal to 5:4. That is B upon B minus 5 is given as 5/4. When I cross multiply, I will get 4B is equal to 5B minus 25. Therefore B is equal to 25. Now, what is the sum of the age of A, B and C? If B is 25, that is age of B is 25, therefore the age of C is B minus 5, which is 20. Now coming to the age of A, it is given that the age of A is to B is 11:5. So if this is 25, so this will be equal to 55. So age of A is 55. Now 55 plus 20 is 75, and 75 plus 25 is 100. So correct answer of this question is option D, 100. I hope this is clear to you guys. Okay, let's move to the next question. If you have any doubt, please let me know. I will try to explain you again. Let us solve this question. Akhil borrowed 10,000 rupees from Sunil, who charges 5% per annum simple interest. So principal amount is 10,000, rate of interest is 5%, and this is compound and simple interest. If Akhil paid Sunil an amount which was twice the amount that he borrowed, basically what will be the amount that Sunil will pay? Sunil will pay principal plus interest to Akhil. Now it is given the amount that was paid was twice the amount that he borrowed. So the amount Sunil paid is P plus I, and this is given as twice of P. That is the twice of the amount that he borrowed. The amount that he borrowed was principal amount. So Sunil is paying principal plus interest, and that amount is equal to twice the principal amount. Now the value of interest is equal to P, that is interest is equal to principal amount. So if principal amount is 10,000 and the rate of interest is 5%, so the interest earned in 1 year will be P into R into T upon 100. This is the interest, total interest that is that has to be paid in T years, that is simple interest, and this value should be equal to P. So R into T should be equal to 100. Value of R is 5, therefore the value of T will be 100 upon 5, which is equal to 20. So 20 years is the time in which the Akhil will be getting the money from Sunil, which is twice the amount of money which he has borrowed, that is principal plus interest, where interest is also equal to principal. So correct answer is option D. Okay, let's move to the next question. So let's solve this question. Rahul, Chopra and Shashank work together on the renovation of Mr. Patil's house. On the renovation of Mr. Patil's house, Rahul kept 20% of the total amount paid by Mr. Patil. So let us assume Patil, Mr. Patil, he is paying Rahul, Chopra and Shashank. So Rahul is keeping 20% of the total amount paid by Mr. Patil for himself. So if Mr. Patil paid rupees 100, Rahul is keeping 20% of it. Okay. And the remaining he gave 40% of the remaining amount. He gave 40% to Shashank. And the rest to Chopra. If Mr. Patil paid a total amount of 30,000, then what is the amount received by Chopra? I'm sorry guys. So Mr. Patil paid 30,000 rupees, out of which if Mr. Patil paid a total amount of 30,000, out of which 20% is kept by Rahul. 20% is kept by Rahul, that is 20% of 30,000. Now the remaining amount is 80% of 33,000. This amount is distributed between Chopra and Shashank, that is 80% of 33,000. Now of the remaining amount, this amount he gave 40% to Shashank. He gave 40% to Shashank. So 40% of this amount is given to Shashank. And the rest is paid to Chopra. And the rest is paid to Chopra. That is 60% of this amount. So what is the amount of money received by Chopra? The amount received by Chopra will be 80% of 30,000, of which 60%. So 80% of 33,000 is the total amount of money which was distributed between Chopra and Shashank, out of which Chopra received 60% of this amount. So into 60 upon 100. So 2 zeros will get cancelled. Again 2 zeros will get cancelled. So 80 into 33 into 6. 80 into 6 is 480 into 33. 480 into 33. So this value is equal to 15,840. So correct answer is 15,840. Option D is the correct answer. I hope this is clear. Let's move to the next question. We will do some more question. I thought of initially doing 50 questions, but I think I'm not feeling well, so I will try to do as many questions as I can, and the remaining questions we will try to do in the next stream. Okay. Okay, so time's up. Let us solve one question. Let us solve this question. A two-digit increased by 9 if its digits are interchanged. So first, understand the two-digit concept. So I can assume the two digits as AB. When digits are interchanged, these digits will become BA. Can I write AB as unit term and the 10th term? Unit digit and 10th digit. So this is unit digit at unit place, digit at unit place, digit at 10th place. So I can write this as 10a plus b. Can I write it as 10a plus b? Yes. If 22 is written, I can write 10 into 2 plus 2. If 32 is written, I can write 10 into 3 plus 2. This is what I have done here. I can write AB as 10a plus b. Similarly, I can write BA as 10b plus a. Now, the difference between these two digits, difference if the sum of the digits, if the digit increased by 9, if I interchange it, the difference between this number and this number is 9. The difference between the two numbers is given as 9. So 10b plus a minus 10a plus b. So if I subtract this, this will become 9 times b minus a, and this value is given as 9. Therefore b minus a should be equal to 1. B minus a should be equal to 1. Now the sum of the digits is also given as sum of the digits is given as 9. Therefore a plus b is equal to 9. Okay, if I add both, what I will get? If I add both, I will get b is equal to 5 and a is equal to 4. Therefore the original two-digit number is AB. So this number will be equal to 45. So option D is the correct answer. Is this clear to you guys or not? If it is not clear, please let me know. I will try to explain it again. B minus A comes out to be 1 and A plus B is given as 9. So if I add both, A will get cancelled, I will get 2B is equal to 10. So B is equal to 5. Once I substitute B is equal to 5, I will get A is equal to 4. So 45 is the correct answer. Let's move to the next question. Yes, 45 is the correct answer. Sri Hari Rajeshwar, yes. Prasad is saying option B is the correct answer. Let us see whether B is correct or incorrect. Okay, let's solve this question, guys. Mega buys 10 laptops at 35,000 rupees each and sells 6 laptops at 36,000 rupees each. So the cost price of laptops is 35,000 each. So Mega purchased 10 laptops and cost price of each laptop is 35,000. Now she is selling at 6 laptop at 36,000. So what exactly she is doing? She is gaining rupees 1000 from each laptop. So how many laptops she is trying to sell? She is selling 6 laptops. So from 6 laptops she is earning 6000 of profit. Why? Because instead of 35,000, if I am selling at 36,000, for one laptop I am earning 1000 rupees. So for 6 laptops I will get 6000 rupees profit. Now the remaining 4 laptops are sold at 33,500. That means for each laptop I am getting a loss of 1500. I am getting a loss of 1500 because cost price is 35,000 and selling price is 30,500. The difference between selling price and cost price is minus 1500. That is the loss on one laptop. I am selling 4 laptops. So I am getting a loss of 6000 rupees. So in total 6000 of profit and 6000 of loss. So net profit is 0. Therefore the profit percentage for Mega will be 0%. Option B is the correct answer. Yes. So let's move to the next question. Okay, so time is up. Let's solve this question. In a mixture of 50 liters, the ratio of milk to water is given as 4 is to 1. So 50-liter mixture is there of milk and water. The ratio of milk and water, the ratio of milk and water is given as 4 is to 1. Therefore, what is the quantity of milk in the mixture? 40 liters. What is the quantity of water in the mixture? 10 liters. That is 40 plus 10 is 50. Now, what should be added to it to make the ratio 1 is to 4? If I want to make the ratio from 4 is to 1 to 1 is to 4, clearly I can see that I need to add water because right now the quantity of milk is more. If I again add the milk, the ratio will again increase from 4 is to 1 to 5 is to 1, 6 is to 1 or 7 is to 1. But I need to increase the volume. I need to add water such that the ratio will become 1 is to 4. So I know that if milk is 40 liters, so I just need to add water. So if this one is corresponding to 40 liters of milk, therefore this 4 will correspond to 160 liters of water. So initially there was 10 liters of water, now the water is 160 liter. So 150 liters of water is added. When 150 liter of water is added, this ratio will become 1 is to 4. Okay, so option A is the correct answer. Okay, let's move to the next question. Towards the end of the session, I will give you guidance regarding the CET examination, how you can approach it and how you can maximize your score. So please stay with the live session. You will get a lot of information and you will get a lot of tricks that you can use to perform very well in the examination. Okay. What is the correct answer of this question? Prasad is saying option D is the correct answer. Let's see what is the correct answer. Let us solve this question. So an article is sold for 25% profit. So had it been sold for rupees 50 less, the profit would have been 12.5%. So in this kind of question, when percentage was given, I can assume amount to be 100. But here amount is also given. So instead of assuming 100, what I will do? I will assume the cost price of the article is 100N. The cost price of the article is 100N. This is the cost price. Now this is sold for 25% profit. So selling price of that article will be 125N, because 25% profit from the cost price 100N will be 25N, or profit of 25N. So selling price will be 100N plus 25N, which is 125N. Now if the selling price was 50 rupees less, if instead of 125N the selling price was 125N minus 50, the profit would have been 12.5%. That means this value should be equal to 100N plus 12.5% of 100N. Okay, so this value should be equal to 112.5N. Why? Because initially the profit was 25%, but if the selling price was 50 rupees less, that is 125N minus 50, the total profit would have been 12.5%. That is, the selling price would have been equal to 112.5N. If I subtract this, I will get 12.5N is equal to 50. Therefore, the value of N is 4. The value of N is 4. So find the cost price of the article. Find the cost price of the article. The cost price of the article is 100N. So 100 into 4. 400 into 4 is 400. So correct answer is option C. Yes, option C is the correct answer. Let's move to the next question. Also tell me how many mocks for MACT you have given as of now. If you are given 1 mock, write 1. If you are given 5 mocks, write 5. If you are given 10 mocks, write 10. I just want to know how much practice you are doing for the examination. It is very important part of the examination preparation please let me know how many mocks you have written till now. Very, very important thing. I don't want you guys to just leave the mocks, because mocks will help you in building your speed, analyzing your mistakes, finding the gaps in your learning. So it is very important. All right, so let us solve this question. Please let me know how many mocks you have given. Okay. If a train of length 300 meter is running with a speed of 180 kilometer per hour. So this is a train of length 300 meter which is running at a speed of 180 kilometer per hour. How long will it take to overtake a train of length 200 meters? So there is another train of 200 meters which is running at a speed of 90 kilometer per hour. So how much time it will take? So assume that this is the train of 300 meters and this is the train of 200 meters. Suppose they are running in the same direction. They are running in the same direction. So for the train with the high speed, that is 180 km per hour, this is the train with the speed of 180 km per hour. So what will happen? It will overtake it and come here. So the total distance traveled by this train will be 300 plus 200, because this distance has to be covered. So this entire distance is 200 meter, and this distance, because this train is starting point is from here, so this point is traveling a distance of 200 plus 300. So total distance that has to be traveled is 500 meter. This is the total distance, 500 meters. Now out of which, if both are moving in the same direction, we will apply the relative velocity concept, relative speed concept. So net speed of the train with higher speed will be 180 km per hour minus 90 km per hour. That is, net speed will be 180 minus 90. So I will assume this train is at rest and this train is moving at 180 minus 90. When they are moving in the same direction, we will take the difference of the speed. That is, 180 minus 90 is 90 km per hour. Or if I calculate in meter per second, it will be 90 into 5 by 18. If I want to convert kilometer per hour to meter per second, I will just multiply with 5 by 18. So this value will be 25 meter per second. Total distance that has to be traveled is 500 meter. The speed of the train is 25 meter per second. So total time taken will be 500 divided by 25, which is equal to 20 seconds. So correct answer is option B. Okay, let's move to the next question. I think we have covered 31 or 32 questions as of now. So let's see how many more questions we can cover. The plan was for 50 questions, but let's see how many questions we can take. So let's solve this question. A train which runs at 90 km per hour crosses a platform in 10 seconds. A man who runs at 9 km per hour crosses the platform in 50 seconds. What is the length of the train? So, can I find what is the length of the platform using this second statement? Yes, I can find. Because if a man is running on the platform and it takes him 50 seconds, if it takes him 50 seconds to cross the platform and his speed is 9 km per hour. So, if I convert in meter per second, the speed will be 9 into 5 by 18, which is 2.5 meter per second. So in 50 seconds, the distance traveled by the man will be 2.5 into 50, which is 125 meters. The length of the platform is 125 meters. Now coming to the train. The train is crossing the platform. If a train is crossing the platform, this is the train. If it is crossing the platform in 10 seconds, therefore the train has to cover a distance of 125 meter, that is platform distance and the length of the train. So I will assume the length of the train is L. So L plus 125 meter has to be covered in 10 seconds. Therefore, this is the total distance that has to be travelled by the train, L plus 125, where L is the length of the train, and the speed of the train is 90 km per hour. So speed into 5 by 18. I am just converting the speed in meter per second. So this speed in meter per second is the speed of the train, and this is moving for 10 seconds. So total distance travelled will be this. 18 5s are 90. So 5 5s are 25. 25 into 10 is 250. So length is L plus 125 is equal to 250. Therefore the length of the train will be 125 meter. So platform is also 125 meter, length of the train is also 125 meter. So correct answer of this question is option A. So the train will take 10 seconds to cross the platform if it is moving with a speed of 90 km per hour. Okay. Alright. So moving to the next question. Now it's fine, I think. Guys, please let me know if I'm audible. Okay, cool. There was some power cut issue, so now we are back again. So let us solve this question. Okay. All right. So Ajay runs 36 km in 4 hours and 30 minutes. What is the average speed? So average speed is basically total distance traveled. Average speed is total distance traveled upon total time taken. Right? So in this question, Ajay is running 36 kilometers. So total distance traveled by Ajay is 36 kilometers. And the time taken by Ajay is sorry the time taken by Ajay is the total distance traveled is 36 km and the total time taken by Ajay is 4 hours 30 minutes, or you can say 4.5 hours. 4.5 hours. So upon 4.5. So this value will give me the average speed in kilometer per hour. So this value is 8 kilometer per hour. 8 kilometer per hour. If I want to convert into meter per second, so what I will do, I will just multiply with 5 by 18. Whenever any speed is given in kilometer per hour, to convert into meter per second, I just multiply with 5 by 18. So this is 40 by 18 and this value is 2.22 meter per second. So option A is the correct answer. I hope this is clear to you guys. Please let me know if it is clear. Okay, let's move to the next question. Okay, let us solve this question. If 3 coins are tossed, what is the probability that at least 2 heads will occur? So, first thing is, whenever 3 coins are tossed, so what are the possibility? Either it will be head or it will be tail, right? So, it is a possibility that all the 3 heads will come. There is also possibility that 2 heads and 1 tail will come, or there is a possibility that 1 head and 2 tail will come, or there is also possibility that 3 tail will come. These are the possibilities of head and tail when 3 coins are tossed. All 3 coins can show 3 heads, or 2 heads and 1 tail, or 1 head or 2 tail, or all 3 tails. These are the possibilities. So it can be head, head, head. 2 heads and tail can be head, head, tail, or it can be head, tail, head, or tail, head, head. These are the 3 possibilities when 2 heads and 1 tail will come. Now coming for 1 head and 2 tail, it can be H, T, T, or T, H, T, or T, T, H. And when tail will come to T, T, T. This is the possibility of the 3 coins. Either all 3 coins are having heads, 2 coins are having heads and 1 coin is tail, 2 coins are tail and 1 coin is head, and all 3 are tails. So how many cases are there? 3 plus 3, 6, 6, 7 and 8. There are 8 cases. Now What is the probability that at least two heads occur? At least two heads. This will be counted because here there are three heads. This will also be counted because there are two heads. Here only one head is there, here no tail is there. Here no head is there. So this case is not valid, this case is not valid. So out of 8 cases, 4 cases are possible where at least two heads will come. So the probability will be number of favorable cases 3 plus 1. Favorable cases are 3 plus 1. And total cases are 8. Total cases are 8. So 4 by 8 is the correct answer. So probability will be 1 by 2 or 0.5. So option A is the correct answer. I hope this is clear to you guys. Please solve the next question. If you have any doubt, please let me know. Guys, those who are watching the live stream, I just want a quick like from you. Please like the stream. It will reach to more number of students and it will definitely help us. We are putting a lot of efforts and we will try to do more such session for MAHCET examination. Okay, let us solve this question. Taps A, B can fill the tank in 8 hours and 6 hours respectively. Tap C is attached at the bottom of the tank such that it empties the tank at a certain rate. If the given arrangement can fill the empty tank in 4 hours, how much time does tap C take to empty the full tank? So tap A is there which can fill the tank in 8 hours. Tap B is there which can fill the tank. A can fill the tank, B can fill the tank in 6 hours. And tap C is attached at the bottom. This is tap C, this is tap A, this is tap B. So now if A, B and C all three are working, if A is filling, B is filling, but C is emptying the tank, it will take 4 hours. It will take 4 hours. So can I take LCM of 8, 6 and 4? Yes, I can take LCM. So what I will do, I will assume the quantity or the volume of the tank is 24 liters. Volume of the tank is 24 liters. Therefore, A can fill 3 liters in 1 hour. 3 liters in 1 hour. Because it takes 8 hours to completely fill the tank. For B, it will be 4 liters per hour. 4 liters per hour. Therefore, if A, B and C all three are working and they are able to fill the tank in 4 hours, therefore in each hour 6 liters of the tank has to be filled. 6 liters of the tank has to be filled. Now A and B together can fill 7 liters. Therefore C is emptying the tank by 1 liter per hour. So C is emptying the tank by 1 liter per hour. So how much time C will take to empty the full tank? So full tank will be 24 liters. C is emptying the tank 1 liter per hour. So it will take 24 hours for tap C to empty the tank. So option B is the correct answer. Okay, let's move to the next question. We will solve 4 to 5 more questions and then we will end the session. Okay. Till now we have solved around 36 questions. So we will complete 40 questions. All right, let us solve this question. If you have any doubt, please let me know in the chat. Okay. So after two successive discounts of 50% and 20%, Akhil paid rupees 1200 for a jeans. What was the original marked price of the jeans? So let us assume the marked price of the jeans was 100, or let's say 100N. The marked price of the jeans was 100N. So after successive discounts of 50% and 20%, so the selling price is given as 1200. The selling price is given as 1200. So on marked price, first 50% is given. So 100 and pay 50% discount if it is given. What will be the price now? 50N. Again on 50N, 20% discount is done. 20% discount is done. That means now the price will again become 50N into 0.8. So it is 40N. So this 40N is equal to 1200. Mark price is there. I am giving two successive discount. So 50% ka discount. So I will get 50N. 50N pay 20% more discount. That is, I will get the price, the selling price to be 40N. So this 40N is equal to 1200. So the value of N is 30. What was the original mark price? The original mark price is 100N. So 100 into 30. So 100 into 13. So the price is 3000. So option D is the correct answer. Okay. Yes. Prasad, Sri Hari, Rajeshwar, both of you are correct. Option D is the correct answer. Let's move to the next question. So let us solve this question. In what ratio a type of rice at 8 rupees per kg should be mixed with another type of rice at rupees 13 per kg such that the mixture worth rupees 10 per kg? So there is one type of rice, type 1, which is rupees 8 per kg. Then there is another type of rice 2, which is rupees 13 per kg. Now they have to be mixed and the mixture price should be rupees 10 per kg. So we will use the alligation method. What happens in alligation method is we take the difference of 13 and 10. 13 and 10 is 3, and 10 and 8 is 2. So they should be mixed in a ratio of 3:2 to get the required mixture, the required mixture such that the mixture is worth at rupees 10 per kg. So option E is the correct answer, 3:2. I will explain you how it will work. In the alligation method, we write the first price, type 1 price, type 2 price, which is smaller value type 1, larger value type 2. When they are mixed in a certain ratio, the average price will come here, mixture price. Okay. So the average price will be, average price of the mixture is given as 10 rupees per kg. So the ratio in which the two mixtures should be mixed is 13 minus 10, that is 3, and 10 minus 8 is 2. So that is the ratio in which they should be mixed such that the average price of the mixture will be 10 rupees per kg. So option E is the correct answer. Okay. Moving to the next question. So let us solve this question. Two trains, one is 260 meter long and another is 150 meter long, are running in opposite direction. Okay. So this train is 260 meters long. This is running in this direction, and there is another train which is running in this direction, which is 140 meter long on parallel lines. Speed of first is 77 km per hour. And the speed of second is 67 km per hour. So how long will it take to cross each other? Previously we discussed about the cases where both are moving in the same direction. Now they are moving in the opposite direction. So in opposite direction, what will happen is the distance, the total distance that has to be traveled is of the length of this train and the length of this train. Why? Because suppose this train has to first cross this train and this distance also. So this distance plus the length of this train distance. Suppose this train are here. So this train will cover this distance plus this distance. So total distance that has to be covered is 260 plus 140, which is 400 meters. 400 meters is the total distance that has to be traveled by one of the train, or you can say both the trains will cover 400 this distance. What we are doing is we are assuming the one train to be at rest. We are assuming one train to be at rest. So we will assume this train is not moving. So this speed will be transferred to this train. So 77 plus 67 is yes 144 km per hour. What we did, when they are moving in the same direction, we subtract the relative speed. We subtract the speed and find the relative speed. When they are moving in opposite direction, we add up the speed. Because when they are moving in opposite direction, the relative speed is very high. The relative speed is added, right? So total speed will become 144 km per hour for this train. So this train has to cover a distance of 400 meter and the speed is 144 kilometer per hour. If I convert in meter per second, it will be 144 into 5 by 18. This is 40 kilometer per hour. 40 meter per second, sorry, 40 meter per second. So to cover the distance of 400 meter, it will take 400 by 40, which is 10 seconds. So option A is the correct answer. Yes, option A is the correct answer of this question. All right. So now I just want to give you one brief about what is the course that Cracku is providing. So this course is basically designed by Sally ma'am herself. So what you are getting in this 30 days, that is 1 month crash course, is you will get all the important videos which are planned in a structured manner. In 30 days you will be covering all the videos day wise. Day 1 you will get 3-4 videos. Along with that video you will get a concept test. You just need to cover those videos, plus you have to practice questions from the study room. In study room we have 230 practice tests. These are very important topics and important questions picked up for the CET examination, and you will get 10 all India mocks, right? So all the three combination of the course plus the practice test plus the mocks, the combination of three will ensure that you will do very well, ensuring that you are practicing enough, you are revising the topics, you are watching the videos in a structured way that we are giving it to you. So this course is available at 2499, which is the limited time period offer, 2499. If you enroll it now, you will get it this price. Okay. And coming to the mocks, if you are very serious about MAHCET examination, I will definitely recommend you that please go and take the 10 MAHCET mocks. This will give you the real life experience, exam like experience. So it will help you in analyzing your weakness, finding your strength, where you are wasting your time, and analyzing it and planning accordingly. So we are providing it just 499. Please go and check this out. The links are given in the description of the video. Okay, so let's move to the next question. We will just solve 1 or 2 questions more, then we will end the session. Okay, if you have any other doubt, please let me know in the chat. Okay, let us solve this question. So Anuj and Akash starts the business by investing just wait for some minutes, guys. I think I'm not able to write anything. I'll just check with the team. Just give me 2 minutes, guys. I'm not able to write. Uh, I'm just checking with the team. Just coming. 2 minutes, guys. Okay, just coming. If you have any questions, guys, you can ask me. I will try to answer your questions and queries. It's gone. Nothing is visible. Hmm? Hmm? Hmm. No, it's not working. Guys, if you have any questions to ask, you can ask me till the issue get resolved. So, how many of you are giving the CET exam for the first time? If you have any questions, please let me know. Hello. Achha, it's not open, na? That is not open, na? How will I check? We are live again, I think. Yeah, now it is working. It is different live session, not today's one. No, this is not the next question. We are just updating it. Click on right hand side. There is a today option. Shrikant, on the right hand side, today is there. All, yesterday, today. Click on today. You will get it. Yeah. Yes. This is the question. Okay, this is the question, and we'll solve this question. Okay. So Anuj and Akash starts a business by investing in a ratio 3:5. Okay, the issue is again. Okay, so I think I will just tell you how to solve this question, and this will be the last question of the session. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can comment below the video. We will try to answer your questions. I'm so sorry. Anuj and Akash starts a business by investing in a ratio 3:5. After 6 months, Ashwin also joined the business, investing the same amount as Akash. What will be the profit share of Ashwin in the business if the total profit at the end of the year is 55,440? So in this type of questions, what we do is we assume the invested amount to be some value. So whatever is the investment amount into the time duration for which the investment was made, that will be the ratio of the profit sharing. For example, Anuj and Akash invested in 3:5 ratio. So I will assume Anuj invested 3x amount of money and Akash invested 5x amount of money. Now, after 6 months, Ashwin also joins the business and investing the same amount as Akash. So, Ashwin also invested 5x amount of money. Now, what will be the profit share of Ashwin? So, the profit share of Ashwin will be, because he invested for just 6 months and the remaining people invested for 12 months. So, it will be 3x into 12, that is the part of the Anuj, and 5x into 12x, that is the part of the Akash investment, and for Ashwin it will be 5:6, that is 30. So 30, 60 and 36. So the ratio in which the profit sharing will be done is 36:60:30. So 36, 60, 30, all are divisible by 6. So 6:5:6:10:5, right? So this way you will be able to find what is the profit share of the Ashwin. Okay, I think it is clear now. If you have any other doubts, you can ask me, or we will end the session now. Okay. I hope we were able to solve a good number of questions today. Around 40 questions we solved in the session, and so that was all about today's session, and we will see you in the next session. We will try to do more sessions, such session for MAHCET examination. So please let me know how was the session, and see you in the next session. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for joining in with Cracku, and bye bye. All the best for the examination. Bye bye.